Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Jeff Mendelson, and this is the One Big Tip podcast. I am so pleased to have with us on the line today Scott Hartley. Scott is a serial entrepreneur and founder of Master Plan for Success. He built his first company into a multi six-figure business from scratch. Scott decided to teach other small business owners how marketing strategies, systems, automations, and in particular, optimizing their email deliverability, I should say, to maximize their profits. He has helped a wide variety of clients, including attorneys, IT consultants, financial advisors, psychologists, community organizations, and many others to help them make more money, get them to win, and to keep more customers. Scott has also shared the stage with experts like Grant Cardone, Kim Walsh Phillips, David Milton, and many, many more. So this is going to be a great conversation today. I love talking about email marketing because it is the one channel that you truly own, to the exclusion of all the others that you can be shut down at any one time. I repeat this ad nauseum to anyone who will listen. So, Scott, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the
Hey,
show.
yeah, glad to be here, Jeff. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you. So, do me a favor, tell us a little bit about who you are and what makes you so amazing.
Yeah, so really my journey has kind of been very interesting throughout the past several years. But as you alluded to in the introduction there, I started my first company, which was a small IT company in rural southwestern Indiana. Grew that from scratch, had a lot of friends, family, and others constantly calling me to help fix their computer problems. And I thought, hey, if I'm going to, be doing this, I might as well start a business with that. And so I quickly found out that I didn't know a lot of things about running a business, but you learn those as you go along. Throughout the years, I built that into a multi six-figure a year business. Finally, about 2017, 2018, I was really getting burnt out with technology and had fallen in love with learning about marketing and how to use that to grow my own small business. And so I had the opportunity to start working with small business owners from around the country and really fell in love with the variety of people that I was working with, the variety of industries, and just helping them see success in growing their business through marketing strategy and marketing automation, and especially email marketing. And so I've been doing that full time since 2018 in many different ways. And now just really trying to get the message out there more specifically about helping you get more of your emails delivered so that you can really maximize the results that you get from your email marketing.
So why email marketing in particular when you were starting your business and getting it to run? What were some of the challenges that you had when you were setting this up and then realizing that this wasn't as easy as everyone told me it was?
Yeah, small business owners are told, hey, you've got to do email marketing. And that's it. And so it's like, go get a software to help you blast your list and just send out emails. And what I found as I was learning that in my own business is like, wait a minute, like this may not be working the best way that it possibly could. And as I dove into that, I was like, man, I'm like lost. I don't know that there are very important things to really consider in order to make sure that people are actually getting my emails. And if they are, that they're actually reading them and taking the desired actions. And so that really turned into a passion, was helping people understand really the four fundamentals of email marketing so they could see the success in their business.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about, like what are some of the tools that you would use, and what are some of the principles that you help business owners, like some of the first steps that they really need to get past in
Yeah.
order to really launch this? How does that look?
Yeah. Yeah. So a couple things that are really, really key for small business owners who do email marketing. Number one is you have to know what your engagement is of your audience. Like bar none, that's the most important thing. How are people interacting with your emails? Are they regularly opening them? Are they clicking on the links that you have in your email? Are they saving your emails? Are they forwarding them to other people? Engagement is the most important metric to help make sure that more of your emails get delivered to your audience. And you have to stay on top of that. You need to know that, what percentage of your audience is opening every email that you're sending, and then what percentage of your audience is only opening occasional emails or never opening any of your emails. You have to know your numbers, because that makes all the difference in the world to the mailbox providers as to how they're actually going to handle the emails that you send.
So why can't we all just go to MailChimp and just upload a list that we bought or somehow fell off the truck and landed in our hands and
Oh my
start
goodness.
emailing them?
Yeah, never like cold email marketing, like uploading a list to MailChimp or Keep or ActiveCampaign, any of those platforms is a big, big no-no. Okay. I can't really go into all of the reasons why here, but it's a big no-no. But, just uploading your list. Let's say that you've collected it through, various methods. People have opted in from your website before, things like that. Just simply uploading your list and sending them regular emails. While that is communication with them, you need to make sure that they're actually engaging with those emails. Secondly, kind of in relation to that, learn to segment your list. So you may have 500 people on your list, or maybe it's a small list of only a couple hundred. What are they most interested in hearing about? So one of the analogies that I use is that, it's a simple animal store. You've got people who are dog lovers and you've got people who are cat lovers. The cat lovers don't want to hear anything about dogs. So if you send them emails about dog stuff, they're not going to open them. They're just going to delete them. And that's going to hurt your engagement. But if you send dog lovers all emails about dog stuff, they're going to love that. And they're going to engage with it. They're going to open that. They're going to click on the links. They're going to forward that to other dog lovers that they know. And guess what? Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo, they love that. And that means, oh, they're really interested in these emails. Every email that you send that's in relation to that, they're going to make sure that it lands in the inbox.
So you can't really go and upload, like a cold list to MailChimp, right? But
Right.
There are a plethora of YouTube videos that talk about just that, different techniques on how to warm up email boxes. And, there's some of the technical stuff like, making sure your SPF and DMARC and all that are all aligned. When should somebody be thinking about using an ESP like MailChimp or Keep or ActiveCampaign? And when should they be thinking about the cold email route, or even having some agency manage that aspect for them?
Yeah, great question. So I'm not a huge fan of cold email. And the reason being is it all goes back to reputation. Okay. So just like we each have a reputation personally and individually, with our friends, family, and community, our domain that we send emails from has a reputation as well. And if you're cold emailing a lot of people, you get a lot of spam complaints. You get people that are just throwing your emails into trash. That can tank your reputation really rapidly. And Microsoft, Google, and Yahoo, they all look at that reputation. And as we all know, that it's very difficult to bring yourself up from a low reputation. Think about school. You make straight A's and then all of a sudden you get, a couple of F's. It's really hard to bring that back up to even an A or a B. And it's the same way with your reputation. So you have to be very careful about cold emailing. There are some proper ways that you can do that, but generally I recommend that clients find another route to get people on your list, whether that's through social media, direct mail, or other methods. So be very cautious about cold emailing. To your other question, when it comes to, how do you pick a platform, MailChimp, Keep, ActiveCampaign? My recommendation is start with one of those platforms as soon as you can. Even if you have a small list of 50 people, go ahead and start using one of those platforms, because the automations that you can build and the tracking that it gives you as far as those engagement metrics is so much easier to access inside an email marketing platform.
So basically what you're talking about is that you need to give something that people want, right? So you don't just want to
Exactly.
say, you don't want to send crap. You don't want to send something that just sounds like greasy used car salesman like.
Right.
You want to give them some actionable content. When you are trying to warm up that list, not warm up the emails, warm up the list,
Mhm.
get them to know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
What are some tips that you know of that can help people, better grasp that idea that you have to, through storytelling and
Mhm.
through, building engagement in order to make that relationship a little stronger before you go in for the ask.
Yeah. You mentioned it right there. That one word, relationship. So many small business owners that I consult with, they look at their list as a list and everybody on it is a number. If you change your thinking and you say, these are people behind these email addresses, how can I build a relationship with them? Look at it as like, these are people that I want to become friends with. Ultimately, they may buy from me, but I've got to have that relationship. And if you approach your marketing, your email marketing, as relationship building, that will help you compose emails that will sound like, hey, I'm talking to a friend. And the more that you can do that, the more that it builds that know, like, and trust factor. Like you said, using stories, using real life examples and illustrations, and just providing that massive value. And keeping your emails short, can help with that. There's a lot of different ways to do that, but go for the relationship first, because when people know, like, and trust you, and they can sense that you really care about them, that you're wanting to provide massive value, that's when everything changes when you're doing email marketing.
All right, so cool. So I get that. But what would you say then are some of the better tools that you would recommend to help a company manage all of that?
So, as far as like email marketing platforms, or
Yeah, so like email marketing platforms. So you said, get started on one as soon as possible, right?
yeah,
Establish your reputation there. Do you have any favorites?
my background has always been with Keep, or it used to be called Infusionsoft. That's been my background. I'm not really favorable to any one platform. It's really two things. One, it's the platform that you're comfortable in using. And secondly, it can give you the reports that you need to be able to see the engagement level. Um, you know, a lot of people, they start off with a lower tier software like a MailChimp or a Constant Contact, and then they graduate to something that's more advanced like Keep or Active Campaign that has a lot more automation capabilities.
Amazing. So when you have someone that comes into your wheelhouse, right? They read your book and, they still feel that they need a little bit of help. What kind of services can you or other people offer that you would be able to help them get this out of the gate faster?
Sure. So the first thing, and I go back to this, is you've got to know your numbers. Anything with your business, you have to know your numbers. And it's the same with email marketing. What are the engagement metrics of your list with the emails that you're sending? What is your email health score, is what I call it. Once you have that in place, then you can see, okay, these are the areas that I need to improve. And then earlier you mentioned some of those kind of technical aspects, though DKIM, SPF, and DMARC. The way I kind of phrase that for the average business owner is, those are the things that you need in place to make sure that you're driving on the email marketing highway legally. And a lot of times that can be really technical, and small business owners really don't want to do anything with that, or they don't know how to set those up. Having an expert help you get those in place can also help get more of your emails landing in the inbox. So, starting off with looking at your numbers, and then getting your authentication set up. And then it's not just a set it and forget it type of thing. There's constant monitoring and adjustments that you need to make to your email marketing. But it's not uncommon that, somebody who starts off with a very low engagement score, that within 30 or 60 days, that can increase by 50, 100, 150%.
Amazing. Scott, thank you so much for sharing that. Where can people learn more about you? Where can they find your book, and how can they reach out to you directly if they want to learn more?
Sure. So I've made my book available at hittheinboxbook.com. It's a digital download, $7, 76 short pages that you can consume in an afternoon and have a really good understanding of what it is that you need to be focusing on so that you can get the most results out of your email marketing and make it profitable. In addition to the book, when you purchase that, I'm giving two bonuses with that. The first one is 143 attention grabbing subject lines. So the book's going to help you get your emails delivered to the inbox. That bonus is going to help get your emails opened, give you some templates of subject lines that work. Once you get the emails opened, then bonus number two is going to help you craft copy so that your recipients will actually take your desired action. And that's going to be my marketing messaging checklist. The key things you need to include in your emails when you're writing those so that people will do what you want them to do.
Amazing. What a great offer. Thank you so much for sharing that. Scott, thank you for joining me today. This was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you breaking this down. And, I love nerding out on this stuff. So thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Jeff. Really appreciate the opportunity.